Nebraska's 2025 class has been one of the best the Huskers have had in a while. So in today's video, I'm going to give you a comprehensive recruiting update. I'm going to go over every single one of Nebraska's commits, where they stand with the Huskers, but most importantly, how they've been performing so far throughout their senior year of high school. Some risers, some guys who you might not know who are balling out, and so much more. So buckle up. We have a lot to discuss. So before we get into all of it, make sure to hit that like button. If you're excited about this recruiting class, I know I am. And hey, if you're new to the channel or just a returning viewer, make sure to subscribe. I post daily Nebraska football content. Nobody else on Husker YouTube does that. So make sure to subscribe. You will not regret it. But without further ado, let's get into it, talking about Nebraska's 2025 recruiting class, where these guys stand with the Huskers, and the most requested subject I've had in quite some time, an update on how they're performing so far this season. Well, first things first, let's go to the quarterback spot. Nebraska's four-star commit TJ Lateef. And first, I want to talk about his status with the Huskers. Now, in the offseason, there was a little bit of a scare during the Elite 11 finals that he might decommit from Nebraska, coming after an interview with CBS. Now, after that, he doubled down on his commitment to the Huskers. He said he's not looking anywhere else, and it looks like he's true to his word. He recently visited for the Colorado game. Things are looking good there with TJ Lateef. I put it at about a 90-95% chance that we end up signing him. Again, there's always a chance that, another coach flips him last second. That's just what happens in quarterback recruiting. But I feel good about TJ Lateef. But let's talk about how he's performed so far throughout his senior year, because that's been a question I've been asked a lot over the last couple of weeks. TJ Lateef, Nebraska's quarterback commit, through 3 games has had 600 yards, and get this, 76% throwing the football, 8 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. And when I was watching him on film, I watched one of his ball games, every single one of his throws. I thought TJ Lateef had a great deep ball. It's something that I saw throughout his junior year as well. Progressions look good. He has an ability to say, okay, that guy's not there, swivels his head, finds the open man. I thought, again, he's really good at scrambling outside the pocket, extending a play, just very similar to Dylan Raiola, where he's not necessarily looking to run, but he's looking to find the open man when he scrambles. That is a trait that you don't see too much in these new school quarterbacks. So I like that about TJ Lateef. The only thing that I wasn't in love with from his film, I think sometimes he's just trying to force a ball in there, and he perhaps throws a ball into double coverage, or, a guy who's may or may not be contested. That was the only thing that I wasn't too happy with, and that's why he has 3 interceptions on the year. But besides that, TJ Lateef's a baller, man. He's balling out. He's playing very well. He's a legit 4-star quarterback. I think 1 or 2 sites dropped him to a 3-star. He should be a 4-star. He should get back up to those ranks, and he is playing very well. Let's go to another 4-star commit for Nebraska, Jamarion Parker. He's a lockdown with the Huskers, no doubt about that. Now, the stats are not available for Jamarion Parker. I watched one of his games, a couple of his clips, and the speed is at a different level for this guy. Like, he runs about a 4.4. He's a track kid. The speed, he's the fastest guy on his high school football team on the field, period. So that's something that you're going to see when Jamarion Parker gets to Nebraska. In week 2, he had 4 touchdowns, and he's been named the #1 running back in the state of Missouri time and time again. This guy is incredible. Jamarion Parker, the speed, the athleticism, the agility, the juke move, man, he's played very well. I wish the stats were available for him. They're not. Unfortunately, his team is not reporting them. Here's a guy who I talked about all offseason as being my guy. He was a consensus 3-star. I told you guys he's going to be a 4-star. Look where he's at now. Jeremiah Jones is now the newest 4-star for Nebraska, according to On3. This guy's incredible. And I told you guys this a couple months ago. I believe Jeremiah Jones is basically Michael Terry 2.0, because he does the exact same thing. He can play all over the field. I want to share you guys Jeremiah Jones' stat line in week 2. He had 120 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. He had 30 yards rushing. And then on the defensive side of the football, he had 11 tackles, 1 interception, and 1 PBU. That's incredible. This guy is different. And I should remind you, he's 6'5", and he runs a legit 4.4. Yeah, Jeremiah Jones is balling out. There's reasons why he picked up that Missouri offer recently. Missouri's been trying to flip him. I like where Nebraska stands still. I don't think he ends up flipping. But man, Jeremiah Jones buy stock because that guy is in my Super Six right now as being one of the best commits Nebraska has. Speaking of one of the best commits Nebraska has, let's talk about Isaiah Mosey, the big storyline late in the summer, him flipping from Oregon to the Big Red. Another guy whose stats unfortunately aren't available, but another guy where I was watching him on film, the run after catch for Isaiah Mosey is at another level as well. I was watching one play where it was just a basic screen pass. You're trying to get your best player of the football, get the ball in his hands, and he can take it to the crib at any moment in time. Again, great speed, great explosiveness, really good acceleration. It's one thing to have speed, it's another thing to have acceleration, for him to go 0 to 100 very, very quickly. That's what he does. So Isaiah Mosey is a guy who I truly believe when he gets to Nebraska, he'll be in the mix to start from day one. He's one of the best wide receiver commits we've had in a very long time. So I think he will not be redshirted for the Huskers. And it should be noted, his team's 4-0 right now. Malcolm Simpson, defensive line commit for Nebraska, 4-star, has also been just playing unbelievable. He's now at Hitchcock High School, transferred for his senior year, and he recently played against Belleville last week. He had a couple sacks, getting to the quarterback. He is a freak athlete. He's been playing DN, nose tackle, middle linebacker. Malcolm Simpson is a guy who I just didn't know whether or not he would really pan out, or I don't want to say that actually. I was like, I knew how much of a freak athlete Malcolm Simpson is. I just wanted to see on the field. That's what I wanted to say there. And he has just been proving me like that. Yeah, he's that guy. Malcolm Simpson has been playing very well. One of those guys who's fighting for one of those Super Six spots. Very, very excited about that addition because he's been balling out and wrecking games in Texas high school football at the highest level. He's doing it all. Christian Jones, Nebraska's newest commit, 4-star, the number one player in Nebraska. In 4 games with Westside, he has 28 tackles, 4 TFLs, an interception, and 2 forced fumbles. He's doing everything, and he's playing almost exclusively defense now. A lot of times, when he was in his sophomore career or his junior season or even his freshman season at Burke, he played too much offense because he was always going to be a defensive guy the next level. So fortunately, he's not playing as much offense now. He's really getting into only playing defense, playing every single rep, and he's playing very well. Like what I'm seeing from Christian Jones. Again, you see the explosiveness. So he's been playing his best year by far. A couple other guys I want to mention. Cade Pietrzak might just be Nebraska's best commit. He is just killing guys in North Dakota right now. Nobody can block Cade Pietrzak. That was a big win for the Big Red, stealing him from Oklahoma. A couple other guys who played well. Unfortunately, stats aren't available at this early in the year, but Bryson Weber, I thought of, has been playing pretty good. Tyson Terry at Omaha North has been awesome. Caden Vermas had 3 touchdowns last week versus Millard South. Another kid who is from Omaha. Pierce Mooberry has once again been playing good for Millard North. So very, very awesome stuff from a lot of these commits rising through the ranks. It's good to see guys like Jeremiah Jones rise through the ranks. It's good to see guys like Jamarian Parker rise through the ranks, and TJ Lateef as well. So I wanted to give you guys an update around how these guys are playing throughout their senior year. Some of the film is not available. Some of the stats aren't available. We'll get to that, probably this offseason, but I wanted to give you guys a mid-season update. All right, guys, let me know down below. What are your thoughts about Nebraska's current commits? Hey, maybe we can add Michael Terry and Dawson Merritt to this class. We'll see. We'll talk about that extensively. All right, guys, let me know down below. If you made this far in the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And as always, folks, go Big Red, go Matt Rhule, and see you in the next one.